Hi, welcome to Komal's Math World. Today we discuss about real numbers. In ninth class, we studied about rational numbers. So what are rational numbers? Numbers that can be written in the form numbers that can be written in the form p by q where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. So examples for rational numbers, we have all natural numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. This corona year 2020, 0, all negative numbers -4, -3, -2, fractions 4 by 9, 8 by 17, -3 by 7, -14 by 19, decimals 0.25, 0.36 bar, etc. So all these numbers are examples for rational numbers. And the set of rational numbers is denoted by q. The first letter of quotient is defined as numbers in the form p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. And what do you call numbers that are not rational? You call them irrational. So we can define irrational numbers as numbers that cannot be written in the form numbers that cannot be written in the form p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. And we have examples for irrational numbers: root 2, root 3, root 24, cube root 16, fifth root 18, etc. And non-terminating, not repeating decimal 2.41563012 and so on. These are non-terminating, not repeating decimals. All these are examples for irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are denoted by the letter q dash or sometimes by s. So when you combine these rational numbers and irrational numbers, you get set of real numbers. So we can define real numbers as the union of rational and irrational numbers. So real numbers can be defined as the union of rational and irrational numbers. The set of real numbers is denoted by R. So R can be written as Q union Q dash. Here union means combination. The combination of all rational numbers and irrational numbers gives us set of real numbers. So once if you recall the flowchart of real numbers, we have in real numbers two parts. real numbers, there are two parts: set of irrational numbers which is denoted by q dash or s, and set of rational numbers denoted by q. And again in rational numbers we have all fractions, decimals, not all decimals, only terminating decimals, and non-terminating repeating decimals. NTRD stands for non-terminating, repeating or recurring decimals, and integers. Again in integers we have negative numbers, and whole numbers. In whole numbers again we have 0 and the set of natural numbers. Now here a question rises: when a number is not rational, we call it irrational. Then what do you call a number that is not real? Right? We call it imaginary number. And these imaginary numbers are beyond the scope of our textbook. So a number which is not real is called imaginary number. So when you combine these imaginary numbers and real numbers, you get the set of complex numbers. And complex numbers are denoted by capital C. And this part is beyond the scope of our textbook. So just for information we are learning. So this is the flowchart of real numbers. Next let us discuss an important theorem in arithmetic, that is called fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So before going to this fundamental theorem of arithmetic, let us recall factorization and prime factorization. See, 12 can be written as 3 into 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3. So what is the difference over here? Right. Here 12 is written as 3 into 4. This is just factorization. Writing a number as product of 2 or more numbers. Yes, we have written as a product of 2 or more numbers. But here in this we have written 12 as a product of 2, 2 and 3, which are primes. So this is called prime factorization. So there is a lot of difference between factorization and prime factorization. Right. So now we are clear what is prime factorization, what is a prime number, and what is a composite number. Right. If a number is not prime, it is called composite number. So the fundamental theorem of arithmetic states that fundamental theorem of arithmetic it states that every composite number can be written or can be expressed here means factorized as a product of primes and the prime factorization is unique. right? So let us take an example. 18 can be written as 2 nines, and this 9 can be factorized as 3 3s 3 1. So 18, here we have 2 into 3 into 3, and I write over here 18 as 3 times 6, and this 6 can be written as 3 times 2, 2 times 1. So here we have 18 is equal to 3 into 3 into 2. So here this is the factorization of same number, but here in the case 1 we have 2 into 3 into 3, in second case we have 3 into 3 into 2. So here the factorization is unique, but the order of factors is different. Here we have 2 times 3 times 3, and here we have 18 is equal to 3 times 3 times 2. So here apart from the order in which prime factors occur. So the meaning of this sentence, apart from the order in which prime factors occur, is this one. So here order of the prime factors is different, but the factorization is unique. So in the next video, we meet with another topic. Till then, bye, take care, stay home, stay safe, and stay connected with our channel.